Hey everyone, thank you for so many beautiful responses from the first video that I posted about the hero's journey, the heroine's journey, and you being a lighthouse. So I want to share with you a success that I'm feeling right now around my hero's journey today, my heroine's journey today, and how I'm living as a lighthouse. And I want to share this with you, not to brag about myself, but to inspire you so you can see what it looks like, what a success looks like, how it's defined, how I define it. You can define it your own way. I'm just going to give you an example, but I want to show you a lighthouse that my friend Linda Selby um, uh, gave me. I was going to say just gave me for the Joy-Based Living Building Block Village. So it's the Key West Lighthouse, and I love that because Judy Bloom lives in Key West, and she's one of my favorite people in the universe. Okay, so when I got up today, I meditated and I also checked my Facebook messages. And I received a message from Claudia Dose. Okay, this was my hero's journey success here. Claudia Dose is an artist and a longtime meditator, and she has a class called Intuitive Art, and I love it. It's just about every other Saturday. Okay. She's one of the founding members of Joy-Based Living. This is very important for the story of the success because the success of a hero's journey is that they do this great thing and then they get to bring the knowledge and information and the new way of being and the insights or the new friends in the world or whatever. They bring it back to the village. They bring it back to their village. Well, Claudia Dos is one of my core village people. She's one of my village people. So that's why this is meaningful for the hero's journey success. So recently at Patreon, which is where we hang out, that's our workout area for joy-based living. It's where I post like really cool stuff to people who are either interested in or already very involved in doing the 12 practices of joy-based living, because that's where it lives. That's where we live and breathe. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to calm down. She sent me a message today that said that she did what I had suggested in a Patreon post, which was to take the 12 practices and take this little excerpt that I posted about who we are at Joy Based Living and to post it up to your AI so that it will, because my goal with AI is H2H, human to human. Everything I do with AI should always serve human to human. And I'm going to read you a little bit about what Claudia's AI said to her when she did that. Since you're a JBL, Joy-Based Living person, and have been through the 12-step process, it's not the 12-step process, it's 12 practices. Even AI is not getting it. Oh my God, 12 practices with Debbie Happy Cohen. That gives me a much deeper sense of your values, like emotional authenticity, empowerment, radical honesty, and co-creative connection. With that in mind, I'll shape my language. AI is saying this to her. Okay, this is my hero's journey because AI is saying this to her. AI says to her, with that in mind, I'll shape my language to honor emotional truth and inner authority, use affirming, compassionate, growth-oriented language, invite joy, sovereignty, and shared brilliance into our conversations, be direct yet kind, allowing space for transparency and mutual respect. And then it says, let me know if there are any specific practices or phrases from JBL that resonate especially deeply with you. I'd be happy to weave them in. And she wrote, that is brilliant. Well, home run. Now, that's just one. Now, my big dream is that when 1,000 people have that going on, I've hit the ball out of the ballpark. I can't do this by myself. I need you. I need your help. I need your help. So that's my hero's journey, is that I got to bring it home to my home village, to people who share my core values, and that she's winning now. All she had to do was just upload what I had right to to her AI. Okay, that's one. That's my hero's journey. The hero's journey has a story arc. Woo, we all love the story arc. And the win and the success. Okay, the heroine's journey goes deep. I keep thinking about this every time I mention the heroine's journey. Like I should show it to you, so I will. This is the emotional, our joy-based living emotional ladder or emotional scale, whatever you feel like calling it. A few other people have done different versions of it. This is a very simplified version. Okay, what does this have to do with the heroine's journey? The higher you go up the scale, the more authentic you are to who you really are. The more you're letting life flow through you, the more radiant you're being based on your authentic aliveness. That's the high. The lower you are, the more trapped you are and covered up you are in your own drama and trauma. I mean, that's just how it is. And no judgment. All feelings are welcome. Something about joy-based living is that all feelings are welcome. The heroine's journey, the end result of the journey, I keep going like this because it's like this, and then it's like this. And then I'm going to talk about transcending it and these beautiful flowers, which I'm going to offer to some of you. The heroine's journey end result is authentic visibility. So the other thing that I saw today was people were writing really beautiful comments to me about the yesterday's series in the Summer of Ceremony series, which also lives at Patreon. It's our workout area. Day number 17 was called Sacred Nothingness, and a couple of people wrote, no, one person wrote, Jennifer Stapleton wrote, this was my favorite of the 17 so far. And then someone wrote underneath the Facebook teaser, Ellen wrote, wow. And I'm like, okay, I feel it's not that I'm looking for approval. I want to be really clear with you about this. I love authentic connection. I live for authentic connection. And when when I feel truly seen for what I've offered, it's like you've made a beautiful meal for someone and someone looks at you and goes, oh my gosh, that was so good. Or you're peeking through the window and watching them enjoy every bite. That's what the feeling is like. So authentic visibility is the game, is the end game, is the end game of the heroine's journey. Now, both of those have activity with the outer world that has some kind of win to it. I love to transcend paradox. That's one of the highs in my life. Okay, I'm totally a nerd or a geek or whatever you want to call it. Transcending paradox is a very spiritual practice. And if more people did it, we would have less divisiveness in our world. So I want to share with you the other thing I did this morning. Now, I didn't used to be a morning person, okay? I've been getting woken up by my own energy early in the morning lately. And I was advised by one of my friends to I have this hydrangea bush that produces all these colors, like all at once. It's magical. I call this house the hydrangea house. And so what does this have to do with transcending the hero's journey and the heroine's journey? I can't make these flowers. I'm honoring nature. I'm honoring life. And I would like to offer anybody who's local. I had because it's been raining so much, the hydrangea bush was getting very, very, very heavy, kind of like hair when it's like really wet, like everything is like falling down on itself. And so I was advised by one of my gardener friends to clip a bunch of the flowers off because they were just weighting the whole plant down. And so if you're local, if you want to come by, we'll be happy to gift you 3 or 4 flowers. That should be enough for a bunch of you. And so this, you can feel the energy. This doesn't feel like the hero's journey. It doesn't feel like the heroine's journey. It's simply honoring life. And this, my friends, this is the idea of joy-based living. This is what I live for. I don't live for the hero's journey. I don't live for the heroine's journey. Life itself is magical. Every person has a spark in them. And when you want to bring out the best in other people, notice the spark in them instead of what they're supposed to be they're giving to you. So I always mention waitresses because we all meet them, or cashiers because we all meet them. Are they just there to do a transaction for you? If so, step up your game. Be a JBL person. Notice the spark in them. Sometimes I go to a restaurant. I did this the other day to a very fancy restaurant, and I brought Marcel the shell with me. And the waiters and waitresses were coming up and going, oh, you have a celebrity at your table. I'm like, who are you talking about? I was with some friends. They're like, Marcel the shell. And when one of the waiters and waitresses, some of the waiters, I gave them gold stars. One of them had served me last time, but he came up to say hello to me. And I said, you're such an awesome person. I want to give you a gold star. That man stood taller. these people would do anything for me because they see that I care about who they really are. I care about who they really are. I care about who you really are. That's not the hero's journey. It's not the heroine's journey. That's joy-based living. And my intention is to completely up-level the entire personal development industry. The 12 practices that I created, they're based on beautiful work, much of it which came from Dr. Mario Martinez, but his work is very academic. Go that route if it makes you happy. You're going to have to really nerd out if you do that. But I made these practices so easy that even AI is understanding exactly what to deliver back to Claudia. And so if that's possible for AI and for Claudia, it's possible for you too. I want you to have the best life possible. That's my intention. My other intention that's very personal to me is I just want to have meals and watch movies with people who aren't caught up in the drama and who remember what life is all about. When the invisible comes to life, it's not us making it happen. I can't make a hydrangea, but I can appreciate it and love it and share it. Thank you for listening. I would love to hear some of your comments or questions. I live for those. That's how we shape the future of joy-based living. It's not about me, it's about we.